Peter denies Jesus. Peter was also courageous. Jesus is arrested and he's taken to the Sanhedrin, and the last place Peter should go is there. And that's exactly where we find him. He wants to stay close to Jesus. He wants to be where Jesus is. So we find ourselves in the courtyard, and he's got to be nervous and he has to be anxious because of everything that's gone down, and Jesus has been arrested, and yet he can't get away. He has to stay close to him. And in the midst of this crowd, somebody looks at him and he says, "Hey, aren't you one of his followers?" Honestly, if that would have been me, I would have left at that moment because he's been made. I mean, people recognize him. He's going to be the next one arrested, but he doesn't. He stays. None of the apostles stayed. None of the apostles went there, but Peter went there. And then a second time, he's been made, he's been seen, and he stays. And a third time, did Peter deny Jesus? Of course he did. And I'm sure Peter regretted it. But it doesn't mean that Peter did not love Jesus. It doesn't mean that Peter wasn't courageous. It doesn't mean that Peter didn't want to be with Jesus. He just fell to temptation. I think this should give us hope that when I do stupid things, or when I sin, or when I turn away from the Lord, or even when I deny the Lord at times, does that mean that I don't love the Lord? I don't think that it does. It just means in a moment of fear, in a moment of weakness, in a moment of being weary or tired, we just turned away. What Peter reminds us is that Jesus is ever merciful, that yes, he denied him, but the Lord didn't walk away from him, and the Lord continued to call him. Same for you, same for me. Just because we make mistakes, just because we sin, just because we deny, doesn't mean that we don't love. It just means that we don't love perfectly. So let's allow the Lord in his grace to call us back to him, that we don't define ourselves by our denials or by our sins, but we define ourselves by our desire to love the Lord, and most importantly, his desire to love us.